So for you to say that, coming from you, it really means a lot. It really means a lot. So thank you so much. So speaking of Keng Hua, you both have separated amicably.
Yes, divorced amicably.
So what would you say have helped strengthen the new relationship?
I think, well, first of all, like I said, I'm very, very thankful for that. But I think the first thing is that you recognize that it is a new relationship.
Yep.
That it is not the end of the relationship. It is a continuum. It's in a different shape. Or perhaps we were kind of going to that shape as it was. I can't give you a formula. I can just tell you that for us, at the time of the split, we had been together for 27 years, which meant that we had been together for more years of our life, more than half of our lives at the time. So you can't, if you just excise that, it doesn't feel right. The reality is that we still related to each other, and we still relate to each other now, on many fronts. It's just that front had come to its end.
Yeah.
But all the other parts still work. So let's use all the other parts. And of course, the most important part there is the parenting. That we share. The most important thing between us is our daughter. And also because very early on, I think from the time when we were pregnant, we said, okay, she's number one. I'm sorry, you are not number one. I'm not number one. She's number one. Okay, on. And so from that point on, it helped shape everything. And so that when the split did eventually happen, this continued to be the mantra, right? That we wanted to keep everything working for that. And we realized after a while that it was possible to keep everything working that was working and let go of the things which were not. And those things which still work have shaped the current relationship. So it is a continuing relationship. And I've no doubt that these things will continue to shape and reshape as we grow older, as we become grandparents, as we become whatever. But I think that the reality is we all have to be open to, sorry, let me not preach to anybody, but that we, she and I, must be open to the fact that life changes and we all will move on, and to take that in our stride and work with it and learn how to make that work the best for everybody concerned. It's like the thing of, I'm now older, do I play this character? Which means I've got to is it a bit of a stretch, dude, to play that? Maybe I need to aim for something slightly different. Similarly, as we grow older, as our daughter grows older, we need to look at the new challenges and the new tasks ahead for us. And I think that we're able to do that. And we are able to do it best if we are amicable, if we work as a team. And despite being divorced, I think, and perhaps because we are divorced, we work well as a team.
Like earlier, you were also sharing that you are still in contact with her every day.
Every day.
You still
We
text.
talk every day. Yeah. Because there's always something to coordinate. Hey, you bring the... And, we live like 800 meters away from each other. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that we can be on call, so that we can...
Yeah, man, and I think that's something that's very admirable for me, because a lot of people see divorce as an end. like an end to something, which I agree, yes, it is an end to something, but it's also the start of something else, and it's how you want to start it, and it's very, it's quite disheartening to see, when you always have to argue over, who gets the child, or can you please bring the child to here, and seeing you, both of you being able to do it so amicably, and then I tell myself, hey, it's really very possible, guys. Really, it's just how, you choose to see it, or how you both choose to want to work it out. Because you have to come to
it will work better if you work together.
Essentially, you're right.
Whatever the thing is that we're facing is going to work better if we work together.
Yeah, so it's possible.
It is possible. It's necessary, I feel, in many instances. And I think the reality is that for just about everything in life, it is very seldom, in nature, there's no hard lines. Nature doesn't go from night to day, flick of a switch. It's, then you see a little bit more light, a little bit more light, a bit more light. That's the reality. Yeah. And I think that we also need to a bit more, and work with each other in these ways. There's no hard lines in nature. Everything is gradated. And I think that a lot of these things are achievable if we gradate them.
Yeah. So for people who might not know actually your daughter, Shi-An, am I pronouncing
Shi-An, yeah.
Shi-An, okay. Shi-An is also an actress.
Yes.
And you've worked together with her.
Yes.
Yes.
Couple of times actually, yeah.
Yeah, so how was the dynamic like? Working with your own daughter?
It's great. And really, I have to thank the fact that we have had a constant dialogue with her about everything about our lives as she grew up. Which was not to make her an actor. It's simply that this is our life and you are privy to our lives. And so the conversations that she hears also are about art or whatever, are not about the facile or immaterial things. They are about the actual substance of what is the working of this? What made this scene work? What I think so and so could do such and such. Maybe we need to do such and such. That's the conversations she's been hearing her whole life and that she has participated in. And so it enables her to then, I think, approach the work in a very serious way. She's not just there because she's a pretty young girl. She's there because she's really interested in how to make this thing work, how to make this better. Am I delivering this right? Did I prepare this right? Is this the task that they require of me? Have I been barking up the wrong tree? Did I interpret this line correctly? Did I do all the homework yesterday so that I will be on set at the right time, prepped for this scene?
Yeah.
Which is, she's been listening to that her whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that we are, and in fact, we still have those conversations. The three of us just had dinner the other day, and we were talking exactly about this sort of thing, and we enjoy those conversations. So to come back to your question, I think that enables the work. It enables us to walk on set, and I still call you, what I call you, and you might still call me daddy, but we are professionals. And if I don't get a line right, she'll call me out.
Yeah.
Daddy, the line is right? Yeah. As I would expect her to. Because I demand that of myself. And I expect it of her. Yeah. Because I don't care who you are. You better damn well do the job. If you're going to stand here, you bloody do the job or get out. That's your job. And if you make those demands of yourself, then we're all going to get along great. That's it. That's all, man. Just make those demands of yourself and we're going to get along great.
Are you ever worried that people might just look at her as just another Nipo baby?
I mean, it's been said, but I think that might get you the first job. It's not going to get you the second or the third job.
You're right.
she's working a lot more than King and I are working. We can't get a date with her.
Really?
We have to make a date with her. We can't get a date with her. She's working every day, every
Oh,
night.
busy, huh?
So yeah, so you know, people are still hiring her. If they're hiring her this far down the line, it ain't because of us. I can tell you, because we have nothing to do with it.
And she put in the work.
It's because she shows up
Yeah.
and she does the work.
All right. And for a lot of people who have worked with you, they actually only have positive things to say about you. Like myself.
I think there are pros and cons. I think there are some people that
Oh,
might
really?
disagree. But yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just wondering, what would you say, because you're always so positive as well, you radiate such positivity, but what would you say is the lowest point of your life? And how do you navigate through it?
I mean, healthy though I may be, that doesn't mean that the major events in my life have not impacted me. And of course, like, divorce was hard for all of us in the family. So I think that was really probably the hardest thing. The hardest thing. And for me, I think because I am I like to, if I say I'm going to do something, I will bloody do it. I like to be that guy, and I failed because I made a promise, and after 27 years, I felt it. I have failed to I have not succeeded. And so that is to do with my makeup and the way I think. So yes, it affected me greatly. But you know, I mean, that is only one aspect of it, lah. But there are many other aspects of it that impact the way it affected me. But that's the one that jumps up at me right now.
Yeah. What do you think helped you the most to navigate through that?
The very real tasks of making everything else work well. To make the best relationship I could continue with my daughter, with my ex-wife, with my in-laws, with, you know, to establish positive and healthy norms that we could operate on. To let friends know that, guys, we're okay. You can talk to, you know, we don't feel that you're taking sides or whatever. We're fine. We're good. You know, you can hire both of us for a gig. It's all right. We can be in the same, you know. And we did work together. In fact, she hired me a few times. Yeah, she's hired me. I've never hired her. She hires me. And she'll probably continue to hire me if I am good. And we always say that, hello, yes, family, but you know, only if you do the damn job, right? You don't do the job, you can fly away.
Fly away.
Yeah. So bottom line is, do the damn job.
Yeah.
I think that doing the damn job is a part of my makeup. Whether that is an emotional task or whether it's a professional task. And I think that did help me get through it a lot. And of course, once you start building, you will eventually build more and more positives. The negatives are there and you can dwell in them. And we must recognize them. We must know them. We must sit in it and accept that, all right, I am wallowing in shit for a while. Okay, fair enough, sure. But you can also choose to stay there, or you can choose to get out, right? Or you can choose to move on. And I think that's you got to choose. Ultimately, you do have to choose. And there's so much to live for, and so much to do, and so much good to make and do and build that I think there's a lot of reasons to keep moving forward.
Yeah. In season 1, actually, Numan shared with me that when he was filming Identity, it was one of his lowest moments in his life. Something happened. And then he said that one of the first person that he opened up to was you. Yeah. And when he shared and opened up about his trauma. Have you ever experienced something similar to what he went through?
So I have to confess something here.
This is a confession, please.
I am, Man, I love you. I am the best friend I can be to my friends, and I will listen to everything, and I will become very close to them in that time. After that, out of respect and also to keep everybody safe, I will press delete, file, and it's gone. It's gone. I will not remember any details.
Wow.
I will remember that we shared.
Yeah.
I will not remember any details so that I cannot pecah lubang and talk about your issue to anybody else. Which is why, people appreciate that I keep secrets.
Yeah.
It's because I cannot remember. I delete forward. I don't keep these things. That one is yours. I love you. I bond with you. I delete.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone lah.
Brother, I love you. I have no idea what you said to me.
Okay, so Noman, after he filmed Identity, he said that he suffered from a bit of post-traumatic, a bit of PTSD lah. I mean, PTSD is a big word lah, but I would say a bit of trauma lah. After performing that role, he find that, he had certain triggers. So like when he listened to certain music, he feel like he falls back into that place where he was filming and he had to go through all that, moments that were very difficult for him lah. So like when people mention the word diet, when he hears certain songs, like he gets triggered. Yeah. So, and he said the first person that he confided in was you.
It's not that I don't value what you said to me.
So, and who is the one that has the memory?
Lines I can remember.
Yeah, so just wondering whether you had experiences like that.
Real life is far more traumatic to me. I go deep into the roles, but I will go deep because the real life that I've either experienced or witnessed, even if it's outside of my life, is so big and deep that it affects me. It won't be the role that affects me usually. So when I come out of a role, it's usually not that will affect me. I sometimes find myself envying actors like the amazing award-winning Numan Ishak who can do that, who can muscle so deep that, and I've always wished that I was that kind of actor.
Wow.
Because my problem is the opposite. My problem is that I will go very, very deep and there's still this at least 3%, if not 10, that is very, very conscious.
Oh, okay.
Of everything else.
Yeah.
That I'll be in the depths of emotion and still am I at the wrong part of the frame? Here got light or not? It broke and catch me. That's my problem. And I'm ashamed to admit it. But it's the thing that I wish I was better at. But that's also because of, I think that the training I came from valued that kind of actor so much that I always felt, I wish I was that kind of actor. I just wasn't that good, and so my hang-ups are more to do with, am I good enough? I want to be good. I'm not good enough. Those are my hang-ups. So I've always envied like like people like King, people like Norman, who really like boom, masuk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norman Isha on our show, we call him producer extraordinaire.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, where he just sit down there and do his work lah.
Yes. Is it because of the way he crossed his legs?
Yeah, look at it now.
Elegant.
Elegant. Okay, so Yu-Beng, in Identity, right, and several other shows lah, you've actually coordinated stunts. Yeah. And so what is your approach and your process in doing or, choreographing those stunts?
For me, and this is because I'm a very physical person. I think through my body. I express myself through my body. So every move is like my line. It's a line. And it came out of the need to, like, I don't want someone to do my stunts most of the time, because it's like my line. It's like, if I emotionally feel this, then I want to do this to the other person because I feel this. I don't want someone to, So it kind of came a little bit from there. And then it kind of developed into my own sort of approach, which is that the actions that you do are as much your lines as all those bits of dialogue you've been given to say. This is the text that you need to fill. And so you are filling it dramatically. So for me, action, whether it's a punch, a kick, a slap, or whatever, it's your line. You've got to express through it. It is a scene. I hate to see action scenes where it's acting and then action. Like, it is a scene, guys. It's one scene. The acting is acting all the way through. The action, whether it's punching, kicking, leaning, putting my hand on the pillow, because I cannot touch your hand, sorry. but whatever is an action. It is like my line.
Yeah.
It's an emotional action between you and me at this moment.
Yeah.
And it's all a continuum and it's all one, and it must be one. So that's my basic philosophy, that every action we do, whether it's a punch, kick, a slap, or a gesture, or I think I'm going to drink water now because I've said too much, is still an action. It's just like a line. And our job as an actor is to fill that. So when I'm choreographing, I'm trying to find ways that articulate what that character is feeling at that moment.
Okay? Okay. Oh, okay. So, check the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought battery.
Do you get any injuries? Or what were some of the
Constantly.
worst injuries from performing any of the stunts?
I was doing a show once. So I come from theatre, right?
Mm-hmm.
So doing stunts in theatre is different from doing it on TV because, you do a few takes and then capture the best one. But in theatre, depending on how many runs, how many shows you do, you could be doing the same stunt for 26 nights, right? And you got to get it right because there's no second take.
Yeah.
So I was doing a show once where there was a lot of fighting and I was the fight choreographer. And of course, I had given myself the most dangerous things so that to minimize the risk to other people. So a couple of things went wrong during one show, which had never gone wrong at any other point. And I had injured my shoulder, and then I had to continue for the rest of the run doing the same thing. And so I changed the choreography so I would use the other shoulder, and then I injured that shoulder. And so I had to continue like 26 shows, and I would just alternate, and every now and then I would just injure it again. And
injured like how, like dislocate? No, like...
it took a lot of impact, and I think there was some damage to both shoulders, and also to my. If you look closely, my left arm cannot actually straighten, because I've done so many break falls on my left side, that.
Also, because of the impact.
So break falls, yeah. So break fall is basically you land, right? You do that so that you take less impact to the body, right? So I have taken so many break falls that I've actually damaged this and I can't straighten my left arm.
Suddenly got one stun. Yeah.
So yeah. But that's linked to another stupid story. So back in 999 days, trivia. Okay?
Trivia.
So I did a fall, and of course in those days, we had nothing, right? So if I did the fall, I was on a concrete floor. So I did a break fall, and in those days because the character that I played, although he was widowed, he always wore his wedding ring because he was still sort of pining for the late wife.
Yeah.
So because I was married and had been married not too long before that, I just used my own wedding ring because I know it fits.
Yeah.
The prop one, okay, a bit loose sometimes. I just use my own same color. Never mind, carry on. Okay. So I did this break fall and I was like, oh no, ow. And so the wedding ring, my own wedding ring, which of course was circular, had become D-shaped because I had slapped it. So it was flat here and I couldn't take it off. And I was like, guys, I can't take this thing off. Like, okay, I just carry on through filming, and at the end of the day,
You carried on.
He really cannot come out. And the finger was a bit swollen also. So I was like, I did eventually get it off, but after that I was like, for now I'm just going to wear the prop ring.
You got it off on your own?
Yeah, but it was like the next day and a lot of soap and water and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah.
But have you ever like broken bones or?
I've done some, little bits of stuff.
Fracture.
Yeah, small things like fracture a finger, things like that. Yeah. Stitches. Motorcycle stunts like there was a time.
Stunt?
Yeah, there was a time when what was that infamous President Star charity where everybody got injured? I remember there was that one year. Can't remember where everybody got injured, and we did too because we were doing motorcycle. Ixshen and myself, we were doing motorcycles. We were doing these jumps, right? Dirt bike jumps, and neither of us were at the time dirt bikers, and so these jumps, and on shoot day, the jump was much higher than we had practiced. It was, so we all of us had some injuries. Yeah.
So actually speaking of injury, right? In episode 1, we spoke to CTK, and she talked about how she injured herself falling while she was on stage. Yeah. So do you have any like memorable blunders or wardrobe malfunctions when you're doing any theatre performance?
I've split my lip a couple of times on stage, and split my lip or split my nose, and and there's blood everywhere, but you just gotta carry on somehow. So yeah.
Any like wardrobe malfunctions?
I didn't have. Kang had one once. Amazing. We were doing Beauty World, the musical. She was Lulu, the showgirl. She had all the dancers around her, right? And we were on tour at the time. I think we were on tour in Japan, and we were performing in, I think it might have been Tokyo or something like that, and the dress snapped, and she was like that lah.
Like that. Snap already.
So snap already. So right. And then all the dancers just. And they danced around her, and they did all the thing, and they just held it there so that she can still la 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 la, and they're holding.
And they hold her dress.
They all dance. And they turn, la 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 la. Amazing save. Save. But theatre is when you got to do the saves,
Yes.
So they would dance. They would like over under, and still macam the candle dance.
Yeah.
So just holding her there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the amazing thing about theatre lah. It's like because you have to think
You
on your feet.
just gotta do it,
Yeah,
man.
you just gotta do
Just
it.
gotta do it.
So the fact that everyone just came together and just like
It's amazing. I had a motorcycle fail on me in a show once. We were on stage. We were doing Little Shop of Horrors. I was playing the dentist, who is this sadomasochistic, sadistic actually, bully. And the wonderful Denise Tan was playing Audrey, and so so I bully her, right? And we're on stage, and I get on the bike, and the bike wouldn't start, and everybody's panicking, right? Because the bike won't start, and they can hear me going click click, and the bike's not starting, and the next thing is gonna happen, right? So I just got off and I went, "What are you waiting for?" Bosh! So she, because she's panicky, right? She's supposed to be panicky. So she's got to be really scared of me. So she had to push. And then I just sat on the bike.
So she pushed you.
She had to push. Bastard lah, I bastard lah.
But no choice lah.
But it's a save lah, it's a save, right? So we all got off stage and everybody just fell on the floor laughing. But it was the only way I could get us off. And
because the bike needed to go.
And it's a big heavy bike, right? So and character-wise, it's a real if I get off and push it.
Okay, understand.
Because I've got to be the alpha here. So I've got to be the slave driver. So I made her push up.
Yeah, she managed to push lah.
She pushed. In her 8-inch heels, she pushed.
Yeah. Wow, Yu-Beng, thank you so much for sharing all your stories.
Sure.
Yeah, sharing all your personal experiences as well. We have actually reached the end of this episode.
Great.
Yeah, but I have one final question.
Sure.
Based on your insights and your experiences, right? What are your hopes for the future of our local industry to thrive moving forward?
I see snippets of it already. And I love our local industry. And I'm critical of it, but only because it matters and I care and I want it to get better. I see. Is that time for me to tell you a story?
Of course.
Okay, I'll come back to the sentence "I see" later.
Okay.
Years ago, I was directing a play which toured in the community. And it was a play. It was a one-woman play, played by the wonderful Alin Mosbit. And it's about this heartland makcik whose extreme religiosity alienates her from her daughter so much that she loses the daughter and she runs away and she doesn't know what happens to her. And Alin was marvelous. And inevitably, because it was a community play, we took it to community centers. In the talkback sessions, inevitably somebody would stand up, someone from the Malay community. It's an English play in English, but it's a Malay character. And of course, the smatterings of Malay in there.
Yeah.
So someone in the community would stand up and say, "Why do you want to portray us like this?" And Alin would always say, "Guys, before he answers, I have to tell you, Lim Yu-Beng is a wannabe man." Her words are not mine. And you know, which is kind of true. But my answer was always the same, which is, "Sir, I hear your comment, but I feel that it is not that we want to. It's not me, a Chinese man, trying to portray a Malay woman like this. It is the fact that this is just one story, and it is true. It's not a true story, but it's based on lots of truth.
Yeah.
Okay. The problem is that this is one story, but you have a story, sir. You have a story. You have a story. You have a story. All of you have a story, and every one of those stories deserves to be up here. We are not doing ourselves a service until we put all of your stories up here. This was one. The problem is that we have one. We need this many stories up here. Please, let's get them up here. Let's get them up here. So that is my hope. And what I was starting to say just now is I see glimmers of it today because I start to see the breaking of some of the things that we talked about just now, the stereotypes, the only these stories get out there. I'm starting to see people writing other stories. I'm starting to see people writing for 40-somethings. I'm starting to see people writing for women in this situation. I'm starting to see people writing for, different stories from the stuff that is so tired and lame that we know so well. Finally, inclusive stories that don't have to conform to some lame-ass kind of picture of what we're supposed to be, but rather a picture of what is really going on out there.
Yeah.
And because we just don't have the balls as a society to say it, to show, we don't have the courage very often to platform what is really there. But until you platform what is really there and show people, look, there are people like this, there are people like that, we cannot progress. And then you will get people saying, wow, hey, this movie from Singapore, nobody's talked about this. I mean, recently, I think it's so wonderful how Raihan and his movie have done so well.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful to me that, and kind of amazing that, and I don't say this with any kind of whatever against anybody, but that it took a Singapore Malay man to write a story about Malaysian women and a forward-thinking story with positivity and joy and love and humor. This is what makes the scene better. That you can see these things and pick it out. That people are not trying to just sit on, okay, let's just do a straight out actioner, let's just do a straight out Sandiwara thing, let's just do sorry, and that wasn't meant to speak ill of anyone. But can we grow a bit? Can I see some inclusivity? Can I see some recognition that all of us different types are valid in this society and have stories to tell? That's what I see the beginning of, and I hope there's going to be a lot more.
I'm so inspired now. Oh. Yeah, that's wow. Oh, that's really, really powerful. Yeah, and
I tell you something, and with no, again, I'm so careful to say these things, and yet I say them with nothing but love and respect. Mm-hmm. I watch your podcast and I think to myself, my gosh, I want my friends in other countries to watch this. Because I can tell you, a lot of my friends, and we're good friends, it's just outside of their realm of experience, right? Have not seen a girl looking like you, pakai tudung, speaking this way, with these points of view. But you are doing it. We are doing it here. I'm so glad to see it. I want my friends to see it. I want my friends in the US to see it, and my friends in the UK to see it. I want them all to see it. Because we don't recognize the kind of diversity there is. We don't think there's anything outside of our path of experience. But our path of experience, each of our paths of experience are so narrow. How can it be anything without the tapestry of all our woven experiences? Only then is it anything of value.
Yeah.
But we think ours is the only way. We are one bloody thread, hello?
Yeah.
So let's see a bit bigger than that, guys.
Yeah. Oh my God. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know, but yeah,
I will delete file after this. I won't remember anything,
No, Yu-Beng, I mean, you are really someone, like I said, I watched you since 1995. So for you to say that, coming from you, it really means a lot. It
It's
really means a
true.
lot. So thank you so much. I mean, me and Noman, we went back and forth about wanting to do this for very long actually, years in fact, and yeah, and I never for a moment thought that how I looked will be a barrier lah to whatever I want to share. It never crossed my mind, and then after that, then slowly like I do get comments and people telling me like, you sure you want to do that? Cause you're you sure you want to say that because you're, but I felt like some things just need to be heard, and some stories
Yeah.
just need to be shared, some experiences just need to be told, and
Exactly.
yeah, and
Everything that we are is valid.
yeah,
And we got to speak from where we are, right?
yeah.
It's wherever we stand, that's where we hold up the sky, kan?
Yeah. So really thank you for validating that, and just I was honestly very insecure lah about
Well, good on
Yeah,
you,
about-
man.
just sharing
Good on you for
doing
doing
this
it.
in the first place lah. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, it really means a lot. Yeah. Wow, this is so unexpected. Yeah, so oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Bing. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for making
Thank
time.
you for having me.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you, being so open, sharing your stories and all your experiences, and just as much as it has touched me, I'm very, very sure that it will touch someone out there as well. So
Hope so.
I cannot move on. But okay, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, I want to thank our official sponsor as well. Why you all laugh? Is it my hair come out? Is it my hair come out?
Is it my hair come out? I really tucked it in really well.
It
you
is
know?
so weird. I'm suddenly
I
thinking
wore
the
long
spot-
sleeves so that it wouldn't come out. So
It had to be done, guys. It had to be
Yes.
done. But yes, we have come to the end of the episode.
yes.
And I have to thank everybody. So yes, thank you, Yu-Beng. Yeah, really guys, just I cannot. Rewind. Part two. Okay. Again. So thank you, Yu-Beng. And also, thank you so much to our official sponsor, Dapiku Sweets. Please do go and check out all their sweet treats. They have cakes, cookies, they can do customized cakes as well. So all the information is in the description box. And Yu-Beng, for you, I have something, huh?
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
This is for you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Some more.
Burnt brown butter chocolate.
And this is one more.
Ay, wow. Ooh, two.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is from
Thank
Dapiku
you.
Sweets.
Wow.
For you to enjoy lah.
Happy to feel you. Mhm.
Feel lah, don't feel.
Oh, feel? I don't know. that was a genuine. I didn't. Okay, I didn't plan that. Okay, that was real. Okay.
You want who to feel you now? you tell
I
me.
don't know. I didn't say You
Never.
say
See that always come out from me,
Yeah, always come from you.
Betul
Tak in.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
I'm kidding.
Well, okay, you bring any last words? Anything that you want to
No,
share?
thank you very much.
No?
Thank you. And thanks for this.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dapiku. And thank you, Yu-Beng, once again. And thank you to all our listeners and viewers for tuning in to today's episode. And we will see you in the next one. Bye! Yu-Beng!